Hi. How are you? Everybody okay? Welcome in, everyone. Everyone okay? Say hello if you're watching. Oh yeah, everyone okay? How are you doing tonight? Hi, King of Good Times. Don't blame it on the good times. Don't blame it on the moonlight. What is it? Blame it on the sunshine. Blame it on the... Yeah, you know what song I'm on about. Hello, Justin. How you doing? Hello, Irene. Or one Reem. Hello, Zivokik. Whatever. That's like your opinion. No, they didn't. Hello, Abby Emery. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. If anyone's new here, hit that subscribe button. Hello, Alex. Mission Impossible theme. Oh yeah, which one? Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Hi, Ray. How you doing? It's hard to do different songs with this. Hello, Hideki. How you doing? I hope you're well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Hello, Eminem. Just been practicing today to perform at Bluegrass First Class in Asheville, NC. Oh, cool. What do you play? Love you, bro. Oh, thank you. Welcome back, Grace. What's this? It's called a mouth harp. Yeah. Oh, goody. Huh. Oh, the bass. Oh, yeah. Bass. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. I could probably play the bass, actually. I could play bits of it. Yeah. Bass isn't as hard to play as guitar, I would say. Well, there's less strings for a start, but I just find it's just... Yeah. Hello, Asher Not King. What's that? What country is that? Okay. Here we go with the troll accounts again. Okay. Big boss. How's it going? Okay. Well, Uganda. Oh yeah. Welcome in anyway, people. Welcome to the live. Nice to meet you all. Share this out if you can. That would be really appreciated. Thank you, Comley. What are you on about? Stop human reproduction. Are you you're an antinatalist or something? Okay, we're not gonna have spam in the chat, are we? Any more of that? We're just gonna. Can we just stop with the block capitals, please? I will have to get rid of you if you're going to do that. What's serious? What you saying? Yeah, yeah. Third period cramps can be nasty. What's comical? Hi, Hamius. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. If the past is gone and the future hasn't happened, does the present really exist? Yeah, that's the only thing that exists. Hello, Trump 47. I voted for me. I'm Donald J. Trump. Here we go. Here's my wig. My yellow wig. Hello there, Michelle Thomas. I am Donald Trump. I do whatever I want to do. Let's do not recommend, fam. Okay, well, go away then. You know? Whatever. Hello there, Sleepy Joe. Yeah, Sleepy Joe is a very bad guy. He's a very, he's just somebody that probably should never have been president. I mean, he's like senile. He's like demented. Hey, Donald Trump. Your policies they are bad, discriminating against minorities, especially black people in America. Oh goodness. Mental status on this guy. I mean, probably says more about you that that's the best thing that you can do with your time, you know. We're just here to have a laugh, you know, and just have a chat. And all you can come and do is say that. Yeah, I think that says a lot about you. Maybe you need to kind of do some shadow work or something, but anyway. Yeah. Anyway. 10-10 on the Biden impersonation. Oh yeah. Yeah, more raising, Pennsylvania. Everything's gonna be alright, yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm in York, Lee. Where are you from? Yeah, hello. Yeah, how are you? Yeah. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? I'm in London. Oh yeah, London. What's the weather like in London? It's pouring down with rain here right now. It's so bad, it's like terrible. Yeah, what's your tip on pull-ups then? Go on. Yeah, been trying to like improve on pull-ups and stuff, but yeah, I mean, I've tried a few things like bend the bar. What do you mean decentralized movement? What do you mean by that? Can you like talk in English or something? Because what you're saying doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, I've been trying to focus on the mental cues and the basically trying to tighten up, like for example, pinch the legs together, so I'm stopping all this kind of what they call it, energy leakage from happening, because I was getting that when I first tried doing it, and it was just holding me back really. Hello, Smack16. I don't know if this guy is being serious, this Daniel person, because anyway. But yeah, I mean, I do like kind of some negative stuff, but I thought you meant actually like to increase reps or something, or I don't know, like, I mean, I'm just, increasing the reps by just doing it, by just kind of, just gonna take time. But I am a tall guy, so it's gonna take longer, so, like, my max is like 5 reps, but, but for someone that was like a lot shorter than me, they might be able to crank out 15, 20 reps in a go. Oh, yeah, the eccentric. Yeah, well, you're 6'6", yeah, that's tall then. How many can you do then? And what's your body weight? Because I'm 6'4", over 100 kilograms, so shit's not easy. But I think 5 reps at my height is actually pretty good, considering that most guys probably couldn't even do more than 1 or 2 reps, even just average height and stuff. Like most of the people I know can't do a single rep. Like most of the guys can't do more than like a couple of good reps. So anyway. The hell? What you on about, Lewis Maturana? But yeah, I did a slow eccentric earlier. Triangle push-ups. What do you mean triangle push-ups? And about diamond push-ups. How would they help with pull-ups though? Completely different muscles worked. What do you mean triangle push-ups? You're on about diamond push-ups. They have nothing to do with pull-ups. Completely different exercise. Triceps. So how does triceps have anything to do with it? It's more pull-ups are more lats focused. So how the hell does diamond push-ups help with that? I don't get how they would actually help on that. I mean, I can do some diamond push-ups, but I don't know what's going on really, but can I lift 100 kgs? Yes, I can. I can squat 100 kgs as well. Triceps are connected to the lats, but they're not the main. They're not the main driver of a pull-up, though. So I don't know how they would really benefit it that much. I mean, I don't understand how lats would. I mean, it's mostly lats, I would have thought. So yeah, let's have a look at this. See if what you're saying does developing triceps help pull-ups. Let's have a look. Why should I keep saying lats? Right, here we go. Developing your triceps provides minimal direct benefit for increasing pull-up strength. While triceps act as stabilizers in the top phase of a pull-up, they are not prime movers, as pull-ups rely on your lats, back, and biceps. Training triceps is more effective for improving push-ups, dips, or overhead pressing. So what are you even talking about? Like, are you just trying to just take the piss here or something? Because, hello Tommy, how you doing? Because I've never heard this thing about somehow doing a completely different exercise like a push-up, like a triceps push-up, being beneficial to that. I mean, I do a lot of tricep exercises already. So, can we see you do 22 then? 22 pull-ups. Let's see you do it at 6'6" then. Let's have a look. Have you got a channel or something? Because I think that'd be pretty impressive to show if you're somebody who's 6'6" that can do 22 pull-ups. I mean, have you got it or something? Absolutely, what gym shall we go? I asked you to show it. Maybe show you a video of it or something. Pull downs work less, you can work bicep and tricep depending on how. But the thing with pull downs, if you're talking lat pull downs, they don't really translate to pull up strength because they don't work the stabilizers in the same way as with pull ups. Like there was this guy, what's he called? One of these massive bodybuilders who couldn't even pull up his own body weight for even a single rep. So yeah. But then again, he was trying to use a very wide grip though, but he couldn't do it. Heads fried over information. Whose heads fried? What are you talking about? Is this like Daniel just like for real? I mean, let's see if I can. Let's just put his name into the search, see if he's got anything. Because yeah. Let's have a look. 5 subscribers. Videos. Oh, here we go. 6'5". Alright, okay, well, he does actually have some stuff on there. Some old videos from 10 years ago. I don't know, like I said, how is doing triceps dominant exercises going to really very much benefit pull-ups. Like what kind of, I mean, it says the active stabilizers may help a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to help you get from 5 to 22 reps or whatever you were saying, or 15 even. Like that is quite a claim. I think it's just going to be down to, a lot of it's going to be down to body fat percentage and stuff. Even that's going to have quite a significant effect, especially if someone's, say, starting at 30% body fat and they're not able to do a single rep. If they drop down to, say, 10% body fat, suddenly now they might be able to do 5, 10 pull-ups or something. So sometimes it's a case of, you know, if someone's, let's say, 10% body fat or even less, then
that's some of these people can do 30, 40 plus reps of pull-ups. You know what I mean? But if they were, let's say, 30, 40% body fat, they probably couldn't do hardly anything. So a lot of it's going to come down to your strength to body weight ratio. So all this stuff I'm doing, certain isolation exercises for triceps, or whatever. Well, it's not even an isolation exercise. It's actually a compound, but anyway. But yeah, can we just get rid of? I'll just get rid of the spam comments. But it'd be cool, if this person could actually show themselves doing 22 pull-ups, because that's pretty impressive. Especially if someone's 6'6". But if they've been doing them for a very long time, then I think that is possible to get to that point, even if you're at that height, if you've done them for like many years. Okay, what's that warm crayfish? What's your question? What are you saying? Yeah, I got like decent cardio, I would say. I could run a mile pretty quickly. I'm pretty good with like rowing as well and stuff. Yeah. I'm pretty good with like a lot of cardio exercises, and I can do like a lot of circuit training and shit like that, I'd probably be quite good with Tabata and stuff like that, I actually did it once in a group a while ago. We were doing some like fitness stuff, and we had Tabata. We did a bunch of like different exercises. I think we did things like mountain climbers and different things, like all kind of like back to back without much rest. It's like, that's the whole idea, is keeping the heart rate elevated. Okay, what's this? I don't know. I don't get the joke. Alright. I'm just getting rid of all the spam comments. Doesn't seem like there's many serious people in here tonight, but I don't know what happened to the 22 pull-up guy, but I reckon I'll be able to get 10 plus by the end of the year anyway, at least. But we'll see how we get on with it, but it's just slow progress really, and it's just kind of it's progress is progress, as they say, Yeah, just stop spamming the chat and it. Progress is progress, You just gotta keep pushing, and considering I couldn't do a single full pull-up back in probably around October, so it's only been a few months I've even been able to do pull-ups at all, and I've already started being able to do a few reps. So yeah, it's like people trying to kind of act like they know better than me and all that, when most of the time they're just kind of talking shit. Thing is, if I probably just trained for pull-ups and not really did much else, I probably would be at like 20 reps or whatever, but it's because I've been doing a lot of other things, learning the pistol squat, learning other exercises, the archer push-up, the what else, doing a lot of body weight rows and things like that. I even kind of did like the tuck front lever pull-up, kind of. It was a bit sloppy form, but yeah. Hello Annie, good to see you again. Yeah, But now I've unlocked the like a sort of kind of partial typewriter pull-up. I don't know if you saw that yesterday when I did that. What you mean, asking LV? Anyway, hope you're all well. Yeah. So yeah, I probably would have gotten to say 20, 30 pull-ups by now if I'd have just mostly just focused on that. Because I've been trying to build a lot of muscle, say like in my legs and things like that, that's going to add to the dead weight and it's going to hold me back. But if I didn't have all that and I was at say 10% body fat, yeah, I could definitely be at 20, 30 pull-ups by now. Maybe even more, who knows, But yeah, I've been doing a lot of different things. I'm going to show you this leg exercise that I've been learning because it was on That's Good Money. I've been watching their channel on different workouts and stuff. Which is basically like doing. So you go in. Hang on, you start off with a wider stance. So you go down to like where you're kind of doing this, and then you kind of like that sort of thing. But what you're doing, right, is, and then like that sort of thing. Like it's a real good burner for the legs. Give it a but yeah, you want to. Some people are going to struggle at first because of the take a bit used to getting to the balance and stuff. But it can be a good functional exercise for the legs. Yeah, maybe give that one a try. So watch this guy, and he did quite a lot of reps of it, and then in between they did like flutter kicks, I think they call them, which is meant to be like an ab exercise. But it can also work the quads a little bit as well, because the quads are activated to keep the legs straight. Because quads are leg extensors. So when you're doing a squat or whatever, the quads' job is to extend the knee to straighten it out. So it's working it isometrically. So it can be good to superset them with other leg exercises to really get that burn. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are good for balance, like even things like lunges are good for that as well, because it's more unilateral. It's Cossack squats are good as well. Again, it's good. It's got more weight shifted onto one side, which is going to like require core stability. I've noticed my core stability and all that has improved a lot over the years with just doing a lot of these types of exercises. Yeah. Like doing pistol squats are really good for that, but some people will struggle to get to that point that they can do a pistol squat because they do require a lot of balance. So I'll show you what I mean. This, I'll see if I can do it unassisted. Still, there's just quite a. Try it again, but put your arms out for counterbalance. And on the other side, like that sort of thing. Oof. My legs have already been worked quite a bit today, so yeah. But they are a good one for balance. But you could always hold on to something, like you could hold on to a lamp post or whatever kind of rail or whatever you can hold on to for balance. So that can help. Like for example, if you're struggling, then just do this. Hold on to like this. You can do it. If I can get the full range of motion then, and do that. So again, like that. So you just yeah, you can go all the way down and focus on, if you more wanted to just try and focus on building strength rather than balance as well. But yeah, I was doing these half rep push-ups earlier, which look like this. So some call it the prison push-ups. Do a lot of like push-ups today and stuff. Yeah, dynamic stuff, yeah. Yeah, because what I do isn't just about pure bodybuilding, it's like about functional strength and as well as stability and mobility as well. Opening up the hips, opening up different parts of your body, the back, everything. With my workouts is I cover a lot of different things. Cardio is in there as well to some degree. Because I don't really usually do like long rest periods between sets. I do have a gym membership and I do use it sometimes. But I've already put on quite a lot of muscle actually. Thank you very much. Yeah, I am a tall guy, I'm about 6'4", so some of these exercises are a bit harder for me, but you know, but I'm still able to do it. I've unlocked pull-ups now, so yeah. There's a question like, how many guys at my body weight do you know that can do pull-ups? Over 100 kilograms. How many guys do you know at that body weight that can lift their own body weight, you know? Probably quite a small percentage, I would have thought. So all these people that try to insult me, whatever, said I'm weak or whatever, well, you try doing it at that body weight. What you could do, let's say all these weak ass skinny guys, who are let's say 70 kilograms if that, try putting a 30 kilogram plate on or something. Let's see how you get on then. Then shut your fucking mouth, you know, because you're probably not even going to be able to do a single rep. Because that's going to make a massive difference. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, there is that, but I'm not really I don't go out to the gym to pull, I'm not there to do that. I go to work out and use the equipment, but I'm not there to chat up some birds. It's not really a social environment anyway, it's just not some place that I think of, oh, I'll go to the gym so I can talk to some girls or something. Yeah, I'm mainly just doing this at the moment, but I want to get back out busking again soon, so hopefully I can do that again soon, but yeah. Anyway, but I'm going to just keep on making improvements and kick some ass. Yeah. Anyway, is everybody alright? Yeah, whatever, you know, they just always just someone asking me, oh, what do you do, blah, 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 you know. It's like, keep getting that over and over, but whatever. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight, everybody. Yeah, I've tried doing a one-arm push-up, but I really struggle with that. I can't seem to get full depth on it. So when I'm trying to like, it's like trying to. It's just hard for me, really, but yeah. I've got further to go, haven't I? You know what I mean? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Probably could make a good bodyguard, especially as I've been getting bigger. I was thinking I'd probably make a good bouncer as well. Yeah, like getting to that size where it's yeah. Your jab. What do you mean my jab? You mean my like a jab as in like a yeah. Anyway. What you think? If you can back it, yeah, true. Some big guys out there that are. A lot of it's mental, isn't it? Right? A lot of it's the confidence. Like, but I don't think you should ever get yourself into any situation where there could be a fight. But you have to have that confidence there that you know that you can hold your own. Like, anyway. What's that? Size of the dog in a fight or size of the fight in a dog? I mean, I think it would be fair to say that a balance of both is going to be superior, right? Why does it have to be? I mean, as long as you've got good cardio, I would say. But the thing is, if you was in some street fight, then you could argue that cardio is probably not going to really matter that much in that context because they use it over in like fucking 20 seconds. You know what I mean? They don't usually last for like several minutes. So cardio in that instance probably wouldn't even be that big of a thing because people talk about, oh, the person would gas out quickly. Well, would it really matter in the context of a street fight where it would actually matter in a real life situation? Not, like I said, I don't think you should really get yourself into these situations in the first place if you can help it. Yeah, you should try to walk away, but it's just, yeah, you have to be the one that's quiet if you can, but all the guys who are all kind of like coming up in your face and all that, but you have to have a sort of stoic kind of, I guess, if you will, not show any kind of fear. You have to be fearless and you have to be able to show that. Not figured it out yet. Cardio versus lifting for street fighting. I mean, I think power is going to be the most important for it, really, in that context. I mean, if you're lifting with like slow tempos and stuff, probably not the best. You probably want to do more like plyometric type of stuff and more explosive movements. I think would probably be better in the
more fast tempo, explosive reps. A lot of bodybuilders focusing on a lot of, very slow tempo stuff. So you could argue that if your whole focus is on size, then you might end up slowing yourself down with a bunch of slow twitch muscle fibers, which could potentially slow you down if you're focusing mainly on that. Because I remember there was that thing with Andrew Tate, and I think he's a dick, but whatever. But I noticed he was training with fast tempos on his stuff. Like he would train say for example, if he's doing shoulder press, he's just gonna go really fast with it because you're training explosiveness rather than a bunch of really slow reps. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, no one's ever wanted to probably get into a fight with me, so yeah. I mean, usually if you're somebody who seems kind of pretty strong, then you're probably not gonna, I suppose the height probably helps as well, that people just don't tend to want to start a fight with me. You know what I mean? I don't play guitar really. So training for self-defense, it's obviously you want to have a certain level of coordination as well. So doing certain exercises for that would be good, like doing coordination exercises where you have, say, to build your proprioception and things like that. Having that kind of coordination of being able to move your body through space in an accurate sort of way. Kind of like how football players would need to have that. So it's about training functionality, not just put on size, basically. Okay. Whatever. No, I do singing, but anyway. Mordecai, what are you saying? Okay. But yeah, for in combat, having more explosiveness, but you have to also have good control with your body weight. Being able to, like I said, move it in a way that is accurate, and because you don't want to be throwing punches and then end up missing your target. So all that fucking strength would go out the window in that case. Because I remember there was that thing where there was somebody that guy at Chase that Andrew Tate were fighting, and he had no there was sort of video of him where he got beat by some guy, and his punches were just really missing the target and all that. It's just, what good is all of your size and strength if you can't use it properly? So I agree in that sense, right? If you're somebody who is quite small but has very good proprioception and all that kind of stuff, versus some big burly dude with loads of muscle but who's actually kind of slow, or just slow to react, or just hasn't got good coordination, then yeah. Are you trained in ninja combat? Oh yeah. Ninjutsu. Ninja's isn't that about stealth, if I remember? Stealth combat, whatever they call it. But yeah, there's one called the knuckle push-ups. So those could be a functional one for fighting or combat. If you're doing, say, boxing and stuff, because when you're doing regular push-ups, you're doing them with open hands. That's not normally. That would be if someone were to slap somebody or something, or just like, you could say, well, if you're trying to like push somebody away in that situation, then that could be, but it would be also a good idea to have some, to do it with I've sort of started doing knuckle push-ups as well, but it does get a bit uncomfortable after a while, but it might also strengthen up your knuckles as well. But if you're doing it in like closed fists, it's more, you could say, functional to like that sort of scenario, you could say. Anyway, you can do a push-up on your little fingers. Oh, really? That'd be cool to see. Yeah, I tried doing like finger push-ups. They're hard to do, but they can be good for strengthening up your forearms. But I remember like someone, a few days later I could do it. So it goes to show, like, just practice them every day. You could get there in no time if you just put your mind to it. Hello, Kat and Jack, how you doing? Hello, Pedro, good to see you again. How have you been? Hope you've had a good day. Yeah, hi, Kat Brown. Yeah. Maybe we're some relatives somewhere down the line. Because I'm Jamie Brown, and it's, yeah. Time we on. Oh, is Yogi not live? What's going on? Yeah, he's live, but that's really not over there at the moment. That's good to hear, Pedro. Yeah, you've been here for a while now, haven't you? A few months, I think. Goals for 2026. So yeah, 10 pull-ups is one of them, but I think I can probably go above that. I want to try and get to the Archer pull-up, possibly. Lady Sky is doing a cooking demonstration. Oh, really? Hopefully it's not as bad as Kay's Cooking. Don't know if anyone's seen a channel called Kay's Cooking. Some of the worst cooking ever. It's almost like she's just trolling or something. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes you can't tell if someone's just, or are they just that kind of clueless about things. It almost seems like people do it to rage bait or something, or just because they know that people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Anyway, but yes, obviously, yes, like I said, size of muscles is not the most important thing. Usable muscles are more important. Functional muscles, which may come at the cost of size in some cases. Loves comfort food. Oh yeah, I take it you're not into all that, right? I remember there was a channel called Pre-Retirement Days or something, and that was did not have a lot of, so I looked on that channel and it was, yeah, I've not seen that channel around for a while actually. Do you remember that one? So I used to see that channel around the block. Stefania Mesdor, who's this? Hang on, hello AA, how you doing? Yeah, welcome to my live, everybody. Thank you for 21 likes. Oh, James, why did the chicken cross the road? Someone asked me that earlier, to get to the side. They come into Yogi's occasionally, and I saw them over at Stewart's recently. Oh, God. Yeah, because isn't Stewart kind of like convicted of something? So I've heard some rumours, and yeah. All I'm going to say is I don't want to be associated with somebody like that. And he's changed his name, I noticed. Like, why has he done that? Is that to try and kind of basically to hide that what is, I mean, I don't know, it seems dodgy to me that, yeah, from what I've heard. But anyway, I've not seen that Stuart over on there for a while. I mean, I still see him on Daisy May's live. like, why is he going by a different name now? Is he trying to hide what he's been doing or something? Because people had like called him out saying that he'd been doing some shit in his past or something, and I suppose you could say, well, everyone can redeem themselves and all that, but it's just, this guy doesn't seem like somebody that probably would, in my opinion. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Just, yeah. Yeah, what's this? Earthly. Okay, nice to meet you, Earthly. Yes, I've heard all the rumours. I don't know anything. I don't really hang out there. I drop by occasionally, though. Yeah, it's just, I just wouldn't want to be associated with someone like that, is all I'm going to say. Yeah, so Jed, there was this guy called Stuart, and he's from Scotland. Hang on, I can't remember where exactly he's from in Scotland, but yeah, he was apparently some dodgy guy or something who's, yeah, he used to hang around with some of the people I hang around with, but yeah, he'd been exposed to some, a word that rhymes with once, you know what I mean? That's apparently what happened anyway, that's the rumours anyway, I don't know, because I've not actually seen any actual proof of it, but someone called Bumblebee T told me a while ago, as well as Dace, but yeah. But yeah, Bumblebee T I've not seen for a while either. Yeah, basically, Jed, yeah. That's what I've heard anyway, but yeah, just, but yeah, Bumblebee T I used to see around some other lives a while ago, but I've not seen Bumblebee T around for a while. I guess he's just kind of, sometimes you get these people who just kind of, they just kind of disappear into the background. It's like there was another one called, what was she called? Tundra. I've not seen her around for a while either. So I used to see her around a lot, but she just seems to suddenly just kind of disappear. I think some people just, maybe it's just they don't want it to just take over their life and stuff, because sometimes they get too kind of caught up in all the dramas and things, and yeah. Yeah, I've heard that one before, James, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that one as well. Why did the bicycle fall over? I was too tired. I read a book on anti-gravity. It was impossible to put down. Yeah, that was better. Oh, really? Oh, really? What's the hardest part of a vegetable to cook? What do you mean? Is this a joke? I don't know. Go on, what is it? Oh, God. That is terrible. So have you got any lives planned then, Jed? Not seen Nab here for a few days. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nab, but yeah, I think I've seen he's been putting out some videos. I need to catch up on that really, but I guess he's just been busy with his bird and life over in the Philippines. Oh, you use a wheelchair? Well, hopefully you weren't offended at the joke then, because, you know, surely we should be able to just take a joke in here, but yeah. Let's go, oh yeah. Nab's got a channel, yeah, it's called Nab Ventures, if you want to check it out. Okay, Ampas. I don't know whether I'm going to start doing panels again, so maybe I would just do it like, with this setup you can only have like one guest, but I'd kind of like it as just like one guest, because I find that when I have multiple guests it's kind of chaotic sometimes. Yeah, I'll have to try and get Mick on again at some point, because I've always enjoyed having chats with him, but he was going on about this methylene blue stuff, so I might have to talk to him about whether or not he should actually be taking that. So I don't know if he's still doing it or whatever, but that methylene blue stuff, I've heard that can be really, like, can really mess you up in the long run. I've heard. Someone was telling me about this. I don't know how true it is, but it's I heard it can literally make you go blue or something. That reminds me of that. What was it called off Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? You might end up looking like Violet off Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the blueberry. Yeah. Let's have a look. Can taking methylene blue turn you blue? I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just some fear mongering. I don't know, but. Mr. Palaz says, do you shower? Yeah, mate, your mama gives me golden showers. What are you saying, David? Check the hard drive, what you on about? Yes, taking methylene blue can cause a temporary but striking bluish or greenish blue discoloration of your skin, urine and other body fluids and tissues. So apparently it's a harmless side effect, but someone was telling me that it's, I don't know if they actually know what they're talking about, because some reckon it might be good for you, so I don't know. I don't know if, like, oh, joking, alright, okay, why did you say that then? Right, so, yeah, there's like WebMD, this thing on methylene blue. So, I've just heard that with methylene blue, it's not good for people with high blood pressure. So you got to be careful with that. I've also heard certain medications can be interact with it or something, or it can block. So I don't know. I've heard there's some. Yeah, you just have to be careful, is what I'm saying. You know, consult a doctor or whatever. But yeah. Right. So, hello, Sanvi. I'm hungry. What should I eat? That's up to you, isn't it? Anyone can use a wheelchair if they want. What you mean? The hell? Oh yeah, samosas, nice. Like yeah. Let's see. So your methylene blue, blood pressure. I was gonna have a look at. What the hell is it with these comments? Just got to get rid of that. Like I said, it's probably just going to put off real people if I keep letting these accounts have like free reign. What's the chat all about? We're just here to just talk general topics and stuff. Whatever I feel like and whatever people here feel like, it's just kind of an open platform, really. So this is what it's saying about. That says a potent inhibitor of nitric oxide synthase and guanylate cyclase increasing. So this doesn't sound good, really. Apparently, yes. Apparently, it can cause a blocking of is it saying it causing a blocking of nitric oxide? Let's have a look. Hello. Okay. Get rid of this. Hang on. I live in the UK. Methylene blue acts as a potent inhibitor of the nitric oxide pathway by directly inhibiting soluble guanylate cyclase, and to a lesser extent inhibiting nitric oxide synthase. By blocking these, it reduces production of cyclic GMP, which helps restore vascular tone and increase blood pressure in cases of severe vasoplegia or shock. Maybe in people with like low blood pressure it could help, you could say then, but for the rest of the people, probably not a good thing, right? Graham got blocked on another account. I was on what you mean? You're on about the Mockler Miser whatever thing. Hacker for name, yeah, it's just stupid. So, yeah. So it's saying about reversing excessive vasodilation, increasing systemic vascular resistance, and mean arterial pressure. So, according to that, maybe it's good for certain people. But if you don't have, let's have a look. If don't have hypotension. Hello, Siddharth. No, I don't watch football. Let's see what it says. So, basically, that hypotension, methylene blue, can cause an increase in blood pressure. So that's something that you want to be careful, because there has been some stated benefits of methylene blue, but I'm thinking, well, yeah, does it really outweigh the negatives? Hello, Daz Jones. What are you looking up? I'm just going on about methylene blue. There's this supplement that some people take that's supposed to help people in certain situations. Like, for example, I've heard it's meant to help some people with brain fog, or it might help some people with, say, altitude sickness or something like that. If I remember, I don't know if it was altitude sickness, I could be wrong on that, but I remember hearing some different potential benefits, but I've also heard that it can increase blood pressure, so, you know, it's one of those things. Anyway, if you don't have mitochondrial electron transport chain problems, methylene blue will probably not help you. It may have adverse effects, so yeah. So maybe only in certain cases that it might be a good idea. You'd have to consult your doctor or something, but anyway. Yeah, I don't take drugs. Not for me. And not about that life. Anyway. Yeah, Jed, are you still there? Yeah, it's a dye, but some people take it supposedly for some not mental, just general, certain health benefits. I mean, oh, looks like I've lost subs or something, apparently. I don't know. It was on 4.84 and now it's on 4.83 or something. I don't know. What the hell? Yeah. Looks like someone's unsubbed or something, but... Is wanderlust and I am wandering. Okay. Okay then. Whatever. Alright, alright. Is everybody okay tonight then? Hello Nenny, how you doing? What's a combo? I was just talking about something called methylene blue. Because somebody was taking it a while ago saying that it helped them with brain fog, but what I'm saying is that there could be some reasons not to take it in certain cases. Hello Michael. Just... Tough. Yeah, how you doing, Stephen? I hope you're well. Okay. Just gets draining with some of these comments, but you just have to deal with it. Testing takes more time than humanity has the patience for. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing with, like, people want to just, like, be guinea pigs, don't they? It's like with those injections for, like, a certain virus the other year, right, that people rushed to take them because they were like, oh, we need to, but it's like, well, these things take years of safety trials and whatever. It's on the list of essential medicines on the UN, so it definitely has its uses. You're on about methylene blue. But it's just that I've heard it can cause increases in blood pressure, so you have to be careful. So with people with normal blood pressure, it might not be a good idea to take it, because it can disrupt nitric oxide pathways. Nitric oxide is beneficial, actually. It improves oxygenation, it improves a lot of things. It can help lower blood pressure, it can help, so it's just, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for people with, that's the thing, but, prescribed by a doctor, but you have to be careful, because there's some people who will just buy supplements online and just take it like just an idiot. I wouldn't do that. Especially if someone has high blood pressure to begin with. But there is certain things that it could be beneficial for, but that's the thing. It's just, you have to have informed consent with any kind of medication, informed of all the pros and cons, and you have to be able to weigh up whether it's worth it. Yeah, that's what it is, all this gear, and people saying, oh, it's just TRT, bro. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just TRT, really? It's just TRT. I mean, but it's a slippery slope, I think, because if they can get them on the TRT, then they might start doing other things, you know what I mean? They might just start... Yeah. Because, I don't know, guys. I mean, what's up, Jamie? What's up with you? What's up with you? Because you was acting up the other day, and I had to just get rid of you out of the chat. Yeah, I don't watch UFC. Oh, rational. Okay. Anyway, whatever. Why not? Because I'm not interested in sports. Thank you for the 32 likes, everybody. Hello, Shamir. I mean, I'm okay. I've been worse. Chemistry, what am I interested in? Music, comedy, also philosophies. I'm into quite a few things. I'm just not into sports. I'm not into competitive sports. I have no interest in that. I mean, I like fitness. I like to learn about fitness and health and things like that. Favorite comedy, I quite like one-liner comedians and stuff like that. I like a lot of the puns and stuff like that, like the play on words stuff. Favorite philosopher, I mean, I don't really have a favorite philosopher. I just like I'm more into just kind of looking into bits of things and kind of just like things like consciousness and the meaning of life and things like that. More just been contemplating about life, and yeah, I mean maybe I should look more into the background of people and what they're about. But yeah, hello Jackson. Yeah, Jeff Dunham, I've seen it. Yeah, he does ventriloquism, doesn't he? Ahmed, whatever it's called. Yeah, Jeff Dunham. Yes. Chemistry, there's no good romance films anymore. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not really into romance films, so I can't really say about that. I mean, films, I like certain films, but it'd have to be really good to captivate me though. It's just, most films I would probably just rather watch paint dry or something. Especially the ones that are really slow and just kind of boring. Yeah, a lot of them are just ones I just can't seem to have any interest in, really. No, I wouldn't say I'm religious, no. 2000 was peak cinema. Yeah, it's just high prices just to see a film on a big screen that'll come out on DVD a couple of months later, probably for less than it costs to go and see it there. And it's like, yeah, you get to see it on a big screen, but you know, like, is it really? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, the whole kind of surround sound and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. Like, I wouldn't be one of these people that goes out every week to the cinema. There's literally people out there that will just go out every week almost to see a new film at the cinema. Hello, Scottish Farmer. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. What are you saying, Jackson? Wondering what you're saying. I have to just get rid of these accounts because they're just spamming. If you just keep spamming, I'm just going to get rid. It's your choice, you know. Last show I saw was Dune 2 and I loved it. Oh yeah. I love going to the cinema. Oh really? I don't know. I have no interest in that sort of stuff. Like I said, most films I just couldn't be asked to watch anyway. Will Ferrell, Borat and so on. Oh yeah. Can't even remember the last time I went to the cinema. Like, I watched a few films like a year ago whenever it were at my mate's house, but just I don't really watch a lot of stuff these days. I watch more like documentaries type of stuff, really. Books are the best, yeah, but I struggle to really kind of, I don't know, I suppose it's more about trying to imagine things, isn't it, with books? You have to try and learn to have an imagination and imagine the scenes. That's what women do when they, you know, like, when they're, that's their version of prawn, if you know what I mean. Like 50 Shades of Grey or something, and they'll imagine certain scenes. You know what I mean? The Red Wolf. Here we go again. What's that, Daz Jones? I don't know, never heard of it. Nah, don't know what that is. Anyway, if anyone's new here, hit that subscribe button. Oh, angels? What about angels? We're just talking different things at the moment, just gone to films and things, really. That's what people love to talk about, isn't it? Films and whatnot. Thank you for the 36 likes, everybody. It's the lack of mental imagery a lot more common than people think. I do have mental imagery, but there's the thing called aphantasia, and some people don't have a mind's eye, so maybe books aren't good for them people, because if they can't form mental pictures, then how would that really be benefit? I can do it. It just takes more effort than to just watch a film, I guess. That's why people don't want to really do that. But I'm wondering if you could say that we'll become evolved to a point where we won't ever have mental images anymore. I'm wondering if that could at some point happen, because we rely too much on things like films and stuff like that, and to not need to have, or to make notes of things and take pictures of everything, take photographs of things, that we end up losing certain parts of our brain, which then causes things to devolve. Is that something that could potentially happen? The whole thing of, if you don't use it, you lose it, and maybe that could become a trait that gets passed down, that they become weaker and weaker. Phone numbers, oh yeah, a bit like memory. Yeah, people should more rely on memory and things like that of certain things. Mental imagery, photographic memory. A lot of people don't have that now, do they? So it's like calculators. Using that, maybe we'll end up losing mathematical abilities because we're relying on technology. You know what I mean? Could it end up actually causing the end of civilization, is the thought. Because what if at a certain point we need to use certain things, that like mathematical skills, but then if we lost all of that, then we started to devolve more and more, then we'd be fucked, wouldn't we? Imagine that. Because what if we lost access to all the technology? I mean, it's a hypothetical situation, but we need to have certain skills in life. Otherwise, we'd be absolutely screwed. Path of least resistance. Yeah, that's the problem, is that... Well, this is the thing when you're working out. This teaches you to go against that instinct. It teaches you to go against your body's instincts to try and... because like, for example, if I'm doing a push-up, I'm trying to make it as hard as I can, and not just try and, just do a bunch of momentum and a bunch of cheat reps. You're having to focus on the path of most resistance. You know what I mean? So you could argue that the workouts are a good way of training you to learn to basically embrace resistance, embrace the path of most resistance. Like going against the grain, for example, is an example. Going against the grain of society, that is the path of most resistance, because you might get pushback, you might get people like naysayers and whatever trying to gaslight you or whatever and put you off. That there's all this resistance there against it. You might have a certain idea to do something, but then you have all this resistance there. People don't approve. You know what I mean? I know, Daz, it's crazy to think not so long ago students wrote their dissertations without AI. Yeah, things are changing rapidly, but Stoic philosophy, the acceptance of hard times, but not dwelling on them. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that we shouldn't necessarily have, pain and suffering all of our lives, but we have to accept it as part of our growth sometimes. Like I said, as long as your life is mostly going good, then that's okay. Sometimes we just have to take the rough with the smooth, but yeah. It's just when people just take more bullshit than they need to. I don't agree with that, where people just suck it up, all that kind of mentality. I think at a certain point it can become toxic and can negatively impact people's health and whatever. So I write my emails with AI because I don't have the mental capacity. Really, what you're saying that like people nowadays have lost that because they've relied so much on technology. They were saying about like, ChatGPT and all that. But there's this like double standard because if they detect that you're like, for example, if someone's doing like something with AI, they will throw it out. Like say if you're doing a CV with AI, and if it's detected as being done with AI, they'll throw it out. But yet they use AI them fucking selves. They'll use AI to screen people out, basically. So they're doing it themselves, but they will, they'll throw it out because you've used AI. So it's all right for them to cut corners, but not for you. One rule for you, different rule for me, kind of idea. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, ironic, isn't it? I called AI because I can't write comments. Yeah, it's a paradox, isn't it? It's just hypocrisy, I would say, isn't it? The epitome of hypocrisy. Thankfully, I work in a job that isn't threatened by LLMs or AI. What's LLM? I don't know what an LLM is, but yeah, what sort of thing is that then? Because some reckon most jobs are being threatened by AI and shit, but yeah, it could be a while off though. Human born with pain, die with pain, live with pain. Yeah, it's but like I said, there has to be more than half of life needs to be good, is what I would argue, that the benefits have to outweigh the bad in order for life to be worth it. We could accept a certain amount of pain and suffering as long as it is accompanied by more than half being good, and you know what I mean? Otherwise, what's the point? Then we're just kind of suffering for nothing. What's an arborist? People coming in with all these fancy words. An arborist. Arboreal rice. Or tree surgeon. Oh yeah. I've never heard, I've heard of arbor, but yeah, I'm thinking arboreal rice or something. Just then. That's the one that they use for like risotto, isn't it? Arboreal rice. I had actually made my own risotto, but mushroom risotto. Yeah. I could try doing it with different types of mushrooms maybe. I'm just thinking like I could do, maybe I could try make my own mushroom risotto. Maybe I could try doing different types of mushrooms this time, maybe like, what other ones is there, like shiitake mushroom, or what other ones? Chanterelle mushrooms or whatever. There's loads of different types, but Fernie says, cool job, do you get out in the field much? Does. Oh yeah, that sounds kind of fun. Get out in nature, innit, Better than being stuck inside an office, isn't it? Hello, Godfall, there are soaps. Not too bad, how are you? Thank you. Outside and up trees a lot. Oh yeah. That you feel like more one with nature, but then dismantling nature. But then, isn't tree surgery more about like, I suppose, it sounds kind of bad like you're cutting trees down, but I've heard it's like more about, like, there's this thing of like, what do they call it, like pruning, is it called, or something like that? Well, they chop bits off to make it healthier or something. Yeah, it's to make it healthier, right? It's like pruning. Because I know, like, I used to do some like voluntary stuff at like some nature reserve, and they would like chop down like kind of bits of branches and things like that. They actually did some like kind of like tree surgery type stuff, but with manual equipment. Like they would use saws and stuff. and sometimes it could get quite awkward with that different angles and stuff. Hello, Stolovic. Coppicing, or is that another word for it? Okay, let's hope you're all well tonight anyway. Share this out if you can. Alright. Andrew Tate, where's my... Oh yeah, I'll put on my sunglasses. They look like kind of like aviators. What colour is your Bugatti? Breathe air! Vaping's for geeks. Breathe air! Andrew, it's been a while. Oh yeah. I haven't really been doing that one much, yeah. Yeah, well he's like British American, isn't he? He was born in America but he's lived more in Britain. But his dad was like an American, well he was like an African American, wasn't he? My dad was a world champion chess player. And I'm a world champion kickboxer. He's got like a transatlantic accent. I thought he was born in America or something and moved to... Let's have a look. I thought I remember he was... Well, I know he'd grown up in Luton or something, but... Let's have a look. Born in Washington, D.C. There we go. And then... yeah, I think he grew up in the UK though. Yeah, he did live in Luton. Oh yeah, bottom G. But I remember like Andrew Tate was saying that he didn't warm up before doing exercises, which is probably not necessarily the best idea, especially if he's doing a bunch of like explosive, fast twitch kind of stuff that could be, yeah. So I remember I watched a video where he was with Mike Thurston and they have two different types of training because Mike Thurston is more like bodybuilding style of training, whereas Andrew Tate's is, yeah. But some reckon that Mike Thurston's not natural because I remember he was claiming to be 15% body fat and then he was making up some crap that's saying that he'd got a lot of fat around his legs or something, which just seemed like a ridiculous. So yeah, because it was like he was trying to do that to try and seem plausible. But I was in Gravity Core Fitness the other day and someone was asking if they could get to 90 kilograms lean at 5'9" naturally. I don't know if that's really possible. I mean, it might be in certain cases, but that would put you quite high on the FFMI. And I don't want people to get their hopes up to think that they're going to get to 90 kilograms at, say, 10% body fat at, 5'9". I mean, unless you have, like, great genetics or something, but it's like, take, for example, you've got an elite bodybuilder, natural bodybuilder, Jeffrey Verity Schofield, for example. He's 6 foot tall. When he's very lean, he's probably just over 90 kilograms. So, and he's been at it for a long time. So I doubt that someone could just be 5'9" and get to 90 kilograms naturally, unless, even if they've been doing it for a decade, it's unlikely, I would say, but it could be possible in certain situations. But it depends how you define lean. Is lean 15%, 16%? I mean, maybe if you're 15, 16%, 90 kilograms, that could be possible naturally. But yeah, are you off now, Annie? Do the moonwalk. Kind of.
Let me try it. I can kind of do it. Someone showed me this a while ago, but where you kind of like put one front like that. I don't know, it's just not really the best place to do it, but so like, you're like kind of like that, right? yeah, that's kind of what I remember how you do it. You kind of like lift one foot off, sweep the foot along or something, and yeah, you switch and stuff. But yeah, you have to do it sideways. I mean, I've only learned the backwards way or something, but I'll have to look more into that. But cripple walk.
I don't know, but sun walk. Okay. Jacko would be proud. I don't know. I don't know about that. That's just how someone showed me to do it anyway. That. Let's have a look. Moon walk tutorial or something. I mean, no, I don't do backflips. I mean, Michael Jackson moonwalks. This one's 57 seconds. Yeah. Let's have a look. So yeah, you're kind of like lifting one foot, slide the other one, and yeah, just kind of you're like alternating them basically. So it's just yeah. Well, I got the basic thing down, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, moonwalk. Yeah, I was pretty much like what I was doing. Neil Armstrong, well that's if you believe that we ever went to the moon. Yeah, like what being on, yes. I mean, everyone's got their own thoughts on that, but I don't know. I have my doubts, but we'll see. Supposedly they're meant to be going back soon, aren't they, I've heard, but we'll see, won't we? Because haven't they supposedly been meant to be going back for a while now, and they keep putting it off? Some say, oh, it's because they have to do it, but they're not prioritising that because it costs so much money. It would cost so much of the budget or something to like go, hello Dagon, good to see you. Oh yeah, Jed was in earlier. I just kind of like shared the live out with Jed the other day to bring him in here, but yeah, it was, do you still watch Jed or anything? But yeah. Hopefully we can, well, I don't know about that really, but we'll see, won't we? But yeah. Is that what he actually said? I mean, ended up in Hull. Oh, really? Hull? Oh, goodness. Russia hasn't been tried to disprove the moon landing. Funny how, what do you mean? Funny how Russia hasn't been tried to disprove it. What are you saying, that proves that we did go or something, or what? Yeah, Jed still has a channel. I haven't been on there for a while, but Russians were more developed in space technology but couldn't make it to moon. Yeah. Yeah, you would have thought someone that was so developed would have gotten there first, wouldn't you have thought? But I don't know. But I heard there's something about NASA was formed with, like 1930s Germany type of people. That was the people who originally started NASA, apparently, that they got those engineers involved, a thing called Operation Paperclip. Have you heard of that? nobody can leave Earth. Well, some say it's like the Van Allen radiation belt. So if that's the case, then how the fuck are they able to just get through it before then? But now suddenly they know about the Van Allen radiation belt and it's dangerous and they need to produce shielding. Well, how come they came back without any ill effects from it then? Is the question I have. Like a lot of these people live quite long lives, so they didn't seem to have any sort of health defects or whatever from it. So yeah. So that whole thing about it does seem a bit sus, doesn't it, when you've got them saying that, oh well, we need to produce shielding against the Van Allen radiation belt. Well, why was it not a problem back in 1969 when they went the first time? Like, because they didn't know about it? Just because you don't know about something doesn't mean that it's not a problem. It's not like problems don't exist because you don't know about them. Oh, now suddenly it's like, yeah. I don't know, it's one of those things. What happened in Vietnam, General, what you mean? But some people believe in like secret space programs and other theories like that. I mean, some people believe there's something hidden on the dark side of the moon, or, I mean, you could go on and on and on about whatever. But there's people that believe that the moon is a spaceship or something, or that the moon is hollow or some other shit, whatever. It's like, none of us will really know, will we, you know? We can just sit here speculating, but ancient Anunnaki, alright, so that's what you're saying on the moon or something. Yeah, it's not flat, the Earth isn't flat. I've looked into all that and, yeah. If it was flat, then why is it that you've got the constellations the way that they do? If you look at the sky, you see like a kind of, like a fishbowl shape. That should not happen on a flat Earth. Like perspectively, if it was truly due to it disappearing due to perspective, it wouldn't retain its size and it wouldn't just kind of appear to kind of bend down. Like it's all consistent with a spherical Earth. So no, it's not the firmament. Like, why is it that all the stars appear to all be the same size then, no matter where you are? The sun always appears to be the same size, no matter where you are on Earth. Same with the moon. Like, it doesn't really change. So, to me, that would be evidence that they're not this kind of spotlight over a flat Earth. If you actually look at the fucking sky, you'll see that things more line up with the spherical Earth. People go, oh, it's a projection or whatever. There's also things that disappear bottom up due to the Earth's curvature as well. Like, you can actually see that. Like, bolts disappearing bottom up. And there's some cherry-picked things that flat earthers use to try and, oh look, you can see this bolt further out, but usually there's some kind of distortion to it, and it's usually on some weather where they've actually been able to see it beyond the Earth's curvature, like it's bent up due to refraction. Refraction causes light to bend into the denser medium. So what I mean is that, like, say you've got, you know, it's going from, let's say, like, you know, less dense air higher up to more dense air down. That light will bend down around the Earth's curve, basically. That's how it would be explained. But flat earthers will just deny that, but then they'll also say that refraction can cause things to disappear, which doesn't really make sense. If anything, refraction would cause things to bend downwards and actually make things more visible beyond the horizon. Yeah, some people believe in everything, but yeah. But I don't know. But I don't know. There's the whole thing about the moon landings, though. I mean, why were they saying that there's this dangerous Van Allen radiation belt, but then and they're having to produce shielding, but then how did they do it safely before? Like, say, oh, there's this deadly radiation. Well, how the fuck did they survive the first time then? If it's so deadly, how did they able to survive so long after coming back? I don't know. Maybe someone has a good question, good answer for that, but I have a dream, Malcolm X. People used to think rice cakes were round. Huh. What do you mean rice cakes were round? The hell? Um, anyway, hope you're all well tonight. So, yeah. So some might say that if it was faked, then Russia would then kind of say, like, oh, you faked it, because that could be a good, like, way to sort of get back at them or something. Because then that would make America look bad, that they faked it all. So that would be a point for moonlanders. If they thought that America had faked it or something, then why haven't they said that? But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so hope you're all well. Hello, okay, men. What are you saying? I saw something about that Stevie Wonder. Someone was saying that Stevie Wonder isn't blind or something. That's some kind of lie. Why would they lie about being blind or something? Lie about being blind. I don't get it. I don't know. But 10 push-ups. I mean, not right now, but I mean, I can do more than 10 push-ups in a row. I've already done quite a lot of push-ups and things today, so yeah. Whatever. Go back to my other live stream. I was doing a lot of half rep push-ups, doing the prison style push-ups. So if you don't believe me, go back and look at it. I don't need a photographer now. Right, I'm gonna get off for a minute.